to be here. Very special treat for you, Joseph Keckler. Enjoy your night.
Sylvia Black. Unfortunately, someday soon, an Uber will come. An Uber she didn't call. You'll get a notification. It'll say, I've arrived. You'll think, who? Who has arrived? And you, not without some amount of trepidation, will be drawn from your abode to catch a glimpse of this driver. But when you do catch a glimpse of him through the slightly tinted passenger side window, you'll have reservations about getting into the vehicle. But then he will unroll the window, and he will say this. So then you get in the car. And let's just leave all the mics on so I can use them.
I need you to organize the German section. I also need you not to be sleeping at work.
I'm sorry. I was just taking a little early lunch break. I had a little piece of food there on the desk. I swallowed it. Just a moment you appeared.
Es wurde schwierig zu arbeiten. Ich wollte nur noch Vinylkleider im Internet kaufen. Ich dachte, ich muss dieses Vinylkleider haben. Dwoni chose zu kaufen. Ich habe einen Rückfall. Ich kann ein
Thank you. And now, yeah, we can just leave it unmuted because then I'm so quick. I'm going to tell you a scary story now. But I could be lit for the scary story. Even just a regular old lighting is fine. Hey, there we go. Thank you, thank you. So, the scary story is once I went to an artist residency. And that's scary. But it even continues beyond that. I went to an artist residency and I was stationed alone in the woods. And every night, just as I was on the verge of sleep, I heard footsteps or something up above my head. Pop, 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 pop. And I had no idea what that was. But I had been informed that somewhere nearby was an octogenarian. So that was a laugh line, I don't know why. Probably got some octogenarians in the house tonight. But anyway, let me hear it from my octos. An octogenarian who had written for the original Dark Shadows television program. So I naturally assumed that was him up there exercising. But then one morning I was walking down a path past the office. I saw the lady from the office and she asked me how everything was going. And I said, it's fine, I feel very safe, very cozy. I hear Joe upstairs every night. And she said, you're in the building alone. So that changed my relationship to the sound. I thought perhaps it is a squatter who's very in touch with my circadian rhythms. Or maybe something else. So I called a friend in Brooklyn who's an expert in the realm of the something else, and I said, look, what are my options? This is their home, not mine. I don't want to banish anybody, but is there something I could do to make peace and get some sleep? And my friend said, no problem. He said,
just buy some bourbon.
He told me to buy some bourbon. To set out a glass of it, like a glass of milk for Santa on Christmas Eve. And to recite a little incantation. So I bought the bourbon. I set out a glass of it. I poured one for myself. And I recited the incantation.
Poi cambiato tutto. quando scende il vostro
Give me a light, You got a light for me. Caught and shaking, not long for long. When the day is done and you've sung your songs, no more talk of mistaking, right for wrong. No more wondering where you belong. Give me a light, give me a light. You got a light for me.
Sniper in the booth, Daddy Badger on the line. You got an East Coast sleuth running on West Coast time. You know that every color, you know that every word keeps a partner in the other world.
Growing in, throbbing between, under the skin comes the smell of the fiend. Eyes of the seer, dance of the scene, make me a believer. I want to know what it means. Give me a light, you got a light for me. Give me a light, give me a light. You got a light for me. Spilled my water on the stage from my homies. When I was walking through your city, when I was calling you by name, oh, was anybody listening? Were those people all the same? I drag my wings into the shadow. A cracking wall, a coming train. A war at daybreak, and I awake a widow. Afternoon, I am out again. A crime paid your honor. Downtown, that's where I'm bound to go. somewhere still calling out your Go ahead, I will. Thank you. As you may have begun to suspect, years ago I went to look at an apartment, a room in Brooklyn really, in an apartment under an elevated train, and have remained there ever since. Fidgeting, drinking from cheap Halloween mugs, and awaiting some impossible transformation. Decades under that train in the Broadway Triangle region of Brooklyn may pass by like one long holiday weekend. That is to say, quickly. Though I know I've spent innumerable hours peering through my front window, which looks out onto Broadway, a shadowed thoroughfare where shops were famously looted during the 1977 blackout. Small and spirited religious parades often wind past. Through my back window lies the rest of the Triangle, the contested borderlands among Bushwick, Bed-Stuy, and Williamsburg. Conflicting needs and concerns of those three communities' long-halted development, keeping the area less a neighborhood, more a medley of empty lots. My own experiences in the Triangle range from the unnerving to the whimsical. I have looked down the barrel of a gun at 9 a.m., had my front door removed by thieves with power tools, and watched an upstairs neighbor dangle outside my bedroom window as she cartoonishly shimmied down a rope of tied together bed sheets. One Halloween, I came home to find another neighbor had smashed in the front door to the building. Surrounded by broken glass, he spoke to me for the first time and desperately, hoping I could rescue him from two police officers who held each of his arms. I, dressed head to toe as a bedbug, stepped forward but gingerly, happy to help, yet uncertain as to how. "Please," he howled, tears streaming down his face. My male companion for the evening, costumed as Louise Bourgeois, peeked over my shoulder and watched as they dragged the neighbor away. Another Halloween, after carving pumpkins, Lydia may have sat smoking out my front window, yelling Bela Lugosi's dead down to the empty streets below, at intervals, like a Gothic clock announcing each quarter hour. And one Christmas, underground literary hero, the late Steve Cannon, held court in my living room, surrounded by a group of younger artists attempting to eke out a bohemian existence that, in the face of rising New York rents, had begun to feel simultaneously like a quaint dream and reckless reality. The Broadway Triangle is, for me, like the Bermuda Triangle. A nether region that radiates mystery and threat, a zone that has elevated certain nights of my life to the level of lore, and a vortex where my time has disappeared.
Yes.
as I sat in my apartment under that train during the pandemic year of 2020, COVID, I found myself in need of a new hustle. So I called my cousin out in Los Angeles and talked to her, and we said, hey, let's write a song that could be in a car commercial. And then we remembered we had even found a guard dog training manual in the gutter a few years before, and we thought, well, that probably has a good start for the lyrics. This song should write itself. I'll come dressed as an average man. There'll be nothing in my hand. And if you act confused, I'll just keep walking till I can no longer be seen. I'll come dressed as a crow, beat my wings around your patio. And if you are unmoved, I don't know what I might have to try. Better to close those eyes. We don't want to see it all. Though you don't recognize me, I am the one you call. And at the same time, I thought, okay, I'm in lockdown in my apartment with no human contact for an indefinite period of time. It's the perfect opportunity for me to learn an old Russian aria called the Demon Aria. So I'm looking at myself in the mirror, practicing the aria, the refrain of which is, I am the one you called, I am the one you called, the one no one loves, enemy of heaven, crying for the first time, offering you my tears, I am the one you called. So we have the car commercial, almost in the bag, demon in the mirror, and then we have my friend Jerry on the phone. And I'm speaking to this person for the first time in a long time. And I'm trying to show up as a representative of the familiar, because she's been dragged out of her apartment to a psych ward, then to a hospital, then to a nursing home in the Bronx where nobody is allowed to visit. And I'm talking to her for the first time in a long time because I had been trying to distance myself from Jerry for years, which had been very hard because she had been my boss.
What?
And even after she wasn't my boss, she made it very hard because she called me every day and left the song Stupid Cupid on my voicemail. And she said, I'm going to commit suicide if you don't call me back. And she sent me videos of herself fondling her bare breasts. And she physically assaulted me in the lobby of a theater. Now, I've always felt that for myself, drawing a boundary seems too uptight. But I thought, maybe this was the moment. But now that she was in this condition and in this circumstance, I wanted to show up for her. After all, she had been a good friend. She had given me a job in a lot of stolen electronics. And I realized that I didn't really understand what was happening to her. I thought there were a lot of other reasons for her seeming deterioration. I thought it was the Cleopatra costume she donned multiple times a week. I thought it was the portable speaker in her purse blasting the Godfather theme song. I thought it was the nightly Adderall she took to cheat sleep. I thought it was the Chinese takeout container she filled with gin before getting into a taxi on the way downtown. A diabolical network of stimuli designed to sustain an everlasting state of mania. I thought she was assuming her ultimate form. I didn't realize that she also had clinical dementia. And I remember the last time I saw her at large out in the world, she showed up to my apartment when she still remembered where it was, unannounced. She rang the buzzer and I heard her voice through the intercom and I didn't want to let her in, so I went down the stairs and I opened the front door. It was raining. She was wearing a faux fur purple coat. There was rain on the fur and there was rain on her face. And I looked at her and she looked at me and she said, "Will you kill me?"
Oh my God.
And I said, "No." And she said, "Okay then, should I kill you?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Okay, do you want to go to a party in Bushwick?" And I said, "No." So now it's 2020 and I'm talking to Jerry on the phone. And she doesn't really remember who I am, which is a relief. We just get to be a couple of voices. She has a new obsession now. His name is the man from the elevator. This is the guy that brings her trays of food that she doesn't eat. But the trays have her name on them and she likes that. And she says to me, "I don't know where I am. It seems like nowhere. But I think I can see my apartment through this window. Maybe if I go through the window, I can get back home." But I'm waiting for him, the man from the elevator. He's coming. He'll be here soon. The man from the elevator is coming. He comes to me. And I'm saying, "I am the one you called. I am the one you called. The one no one loves, enemy of heaven, crying for the first time, offering you my tears. I am the one you called." And she says, "He's coming. The man from the elevator's coming. The man from the elevator's coming. He brings me my name. The man from the elevator brings me my name." And I'm saying, "I am the one you called. I am the one you called." And I'm looking at myself in the mirror. My face is changing in the mirror. And it looks like the mirror is bending towards me. You can ask me where they've all gone. I'm in your kitchen with the stove turned on. Give me a minute. Give me some more. Close the window, and I'll lock the door. Do you remember, is it coming back? Who had a baby or a heart attack? I'll give you a minute, give you some more. Can we go back to who we were before? Now, as you may recall, Kafka once said, uh-oh, that should still work. Where was that? Kafka said, the real danger of the sirens was in their silence. So that was kind of a reversal. And this song is a kind of a reversal too. Could hold that. Give me time to the man. Because it's a song to the siren. On the float, shipless oceans, I did all my best to smile, till your singing eyes and fingers drew me loving to your arm, and you say to me, let me enfold you. Oh, here I am, waiting to hold you. Did I dream you dreamed about me? When you heard arms false, now my foolish boat is leaning, broken on your rocks, and you say, touch me now, come back tomorrow. Shadows from the sun, I'm as puzzled as the oyster. Arms tremble as the tide. Should I stand amidst the breakers? Should arms death mine and sing, swim to me, let me Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good evening down here. One night in my sexy salon, and I have to say, it does kind of make some sense now. Starting it again. They wrote this one out in my salon. I'm just saying, I had the music for 30 years, I couldn't figure it out. The lyrics did come, and I think they're appropriate now. You know what, Joseph? I've had just about enough of everything, but you.
The drinks, the drugs, and the rest of the things you used to do.
Now don't be fucking ridiculous. I'm just talking about the midnight walks, the violent thoughts, the deserted avenues, yeah.
The men, the boys, the girls, those loves and fools.
When you talk about me, that seems like it's more about you than me, actually. I'm just saying. I'm dreaming about your kiss, actually, the bourbon on your lips, yeah. That's right, baby. You're kind of impossible to resist.
Did I hear
But you know what I mean? Why would you want to leave a room that I'm in, especially if you might be hog-tied to the chair? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, well.
What can you say
Nothing.
when there's nothing left unsaid?
There's really nothing.
When every caress leaves a blood
Now
stain.
you're blaming me for the blood stains. I haven't bled in like 20 years.
Or when midnight erase bruises left by
Bruises all year in love bites.
gotta feel
Unless you got the feeling, alright.
take my heels there. I don't wanna leave.
You got no idea what goes down when Joseph and I were alone together. I'm just saying. Now, Jojo, I know you said no more blues in the night.
You said no more dive.
Oh, please. Now, you know I have a bucket of knives beside my bed. Come on now. I think it's time. It's true that I batten down the hatches. I lock all the windows. When you're at my house, you're not going anywhere until I'm amazed you're not there right now. I remember we were standing somewhere. I don't know, maybe it was South of Pico or San Vicente. You were standing with a girl.
Who looked just like you.
How
used
fucking
to.
dare you look just like I used to, please. I look exactly as I always do. I was just saying, she looked like the devil's wicked stepsister. I mean, she took you, she took me, she took us. Well, she wanted to take us, but we would not go there. Straight to the scene of another goddamn slaughter. South somewhere of our own borders. Now, I know, what'd you say?
No more blues in the night.
You said what?
No more
Oh,
dive.
please give me a break. Just be glad I didn't pull a gun. Because let's face it, I do have gun training. It could have happened, I'm just saying. Now listen, I think it's time I batten down the hatches. Lock all the windows, lock all the doors. Because Georgia, when you're in my house, you don't leave until I ask you to. Just say it. Now do you? All right then. This is a song from my own Miss Cypress Grove. I know it sounds like a bluegrass cover, but it's original, yeah. Then we're gonna get on to the serious shit. Trust me on that. Yeah. The fun and games will end soon. And thank you very much. The sensual and genius Sylvia Black. New Blue, Saturday night, we might make an appearance. Joseph Keckler, the hottest man in town, yeah. Thank you for coming out to Parkside. Everybody buy a drink when this is over. We have a quota to make. I'll just say, Venus is my thing. Whatever, it's hot Venus. Now, Joseph. Yeah, I'll be damned if I do what you deserve done to you. Hell, I'm damned if I don't. Which is worse, I did not write this about him, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm damned for loving a man that doesn't know loving like this.
when our world is good. Looking for some place to
You can
hide.
hide in my back pocket, honey, but you're a little too big to fit. I'm just saying. Disappeared in each
His arms.
left.
Our lives.
Yeah, I'll be damned if I do what you deserve. Not him, of course, but done to you. I'm damned if I don't what you deserve. Let's face it, I've loved enough men to know I should have told them at that point that loving like this is a curse. Tell me about it now, Jojo.
We met
Tell me.
at a time when our worlds could collide. Remember the night.
I think you were crying. I might have been laughing. I'm not sure. I'm just saying. We just. I hope that happens later tonight. I'd love to disappear into your arms with
Butchered
the truth
with
our lies. Well, let me tell you about it now. I'll be damned if I do what you deserve, no doubt. Oh yeah, I'll bet you would be. I'm damned
if I don't.
I dare you.
Just would.
Oh, oh, oh. I'm
Damn.
loving a man. Many men that didn't know love him. There's nothing sweeter than the love of Joseph Keckler. This song is not about him, it's just humoring me right now.
Do you remember the nights
I remember
that we
that
cried?
we laugh a lot, we're chuckle fuckers.
Tears
Oh yeah, somebody else might have done. In vain.
You swore
Oh, I swear on the time, and I do love you.
but love
He is.
just a name
You give to this land in vain. I'll be damned if I didn't love you the way that I do. Ain't about him, I'm just saying. He's humoring me now. I do bluegrass, you know, I'm very unpredictable. From my album with Cypress Rock, I gotta say. All right. You're right. You ever share? Oh, tonight has been a lot of fun. Now let's get fucking serious. You think you fucking know me? No, you don't fucking know me. There are parts of myself even I don't know. We'll get to that later. Just consider this. Consider the thought of reincarnation as the ability to dissect the secret history inherent in our genetic coding and the multiple atrocities which have polluted our bloodlines. Thank you, motherfucker, grandparents, great-grandparents, all of that, all the way back down to what? Contemplate suffering as an acute oversensitivity to geography in the army of ghosts that litter the landscape, and who have given their lives leached of blood to the whimsy of Rotarians who denigrate life by celebrating death. Now, imagine that every stone, every stairwell, every street has absorbed the life and death and fear of everyone and everything that has come before it. And your job, which would be my job, is to give voice to this nightmare. This is my fucking murder. Now, and don't interrupt me, please. It's a monologue, so leave me alone. You might think you know me. You don't fucking know me. There are even parts of myself I don't know, but I know this, I am not obviously. Although I do wish to be quite often alone. I'm not the only one who's a fatalist, who's extreme by nature, who suffers from episodic fits of frenzy, violent outbursts, megalomaniacal tendencies, radical moods. I'm a woman, radical mood swings, hello. Or sociopathic tendencies. But I get it. I get it. Mine is a generation of convulsionaries. At the center of a huge cosmic farce. I know that the universe is just geometry stricken with epilepsy, that we are all just spectators to the human condition, nailed to ourselves as the universe yawns. Some of us, I admit it, hey, I'm right here. Prisoners of pathological drives, uncontrollable compulsions, the product of profound psychic damage, praying for revelation by stupor. And by the way, have another fucking drink. Venus is there to soothe you when I'm done. Hello, she's waiting for you. I'm just attempting to put in motion everything that has been lost in space by time. And if I were ever, oh God, please, appear to you drunk, I wish. How do you fucking do that? I don't even get it. If I were ever to appear to you drunk, I can assure you it would be drunk like pain, like some demented tormentrix who's just suspended like so many women above that abyss of insatiability, awaiting for that one cosmic act that will annihilate the fucking energy in our blood. Good luck to love, sisters. I'm just saying. Yeah, you can chuckle, I like it. There is a state of mind. I do like chuckling. I'm always laughing at this shit. Don't be afraid. Well, whatever. There is a state of mind, a condition of being, a type of existence that exists outside of any other realm, and within its containment, its contamination, it reaches dimensions that mere mortals have no concept of ever achieving. They would not know what to fucking do there. There are places, stages, stations, which no one other than those who have gone through it can ever decipher. There are no words, although I use a lot of them, there are no words fit to define this condition of being. There is no set definition, no frame of reference that can be contained within a single sentence, a paragraph, a tome to depict the epic subsistence of certain individuals who must circumvent through a permanent midnight, an endless limbo, only to exist both inside and outside of all time, spinning in a kaleidoscopic illusion of hallucinogenic repetition while turning all of history's agonies, if you can decode them, are in our bloodline. Turning all of history's agonies inside out in order to define their own life and death, while defying both life and death as they meander through the encyclopedia of disaster, fraught with panic, trauma, flesh, bloodshed. I'm sorry to reveal your fucking secrets, I'm just saying. Alright. Good luck. Okay. I don't have panic. I don't have depression. I don't have anxiety. Because I'm a fembot. Trust now. How long would it take to walk yourself to death? Would you shoot a hole in your own hand and drink your own blood? If you were stranded on an endless sand plain, the only sign of life, or what's left of your own? I would. Escape is essential. I flee to avoid capture, to temporarily outrun retribution. I strive to calculate the distance of miles between the past and the future. I know that it's a futile attempt to manipulate the time I will spend stuck forever in a permanent limbo. Another freedom. Freedom is a solitary state of grace. It's an oasis glistening somewhere off in the twilight horizon where the shackles they bind have been blown to bits by the bull end of a Tommy gun. But can anybody ever truly be free if they can't shake off their own shadows? If they can't kill off their own bitter fantasies and brutal delusions? I feel that I occupy an insomniac's theater of dream states and nightmares. I'm haunted by an army of vagrant ghosts and invisible enemies who stalk and make ruin everything in their wake. And you know what? The desert, which I lived in for about 14 years, speaks to the fugitive of me. Speaks to a godless young man, isolated, alone, an intercessor standing motionless, exiled to a dusty terrain, a twilight hell of my own making. I inhabit a parallel universe where this primordial essence stalks patiently, eternally hunting. I feel like a mysterious apparition with a burning desire to obliterate everything and every fucking one. Like a one-man holocaust of infinite destruction which renders the landscape not blood red, but burnt umber, a patina which speaks of the desert, the absence of color, the absence of life, that empty husk of an eternal hollow. A barren panorama from which all life has been leached. The desert weeps of desolation, of death, and there I feel like a man, a murderer, alone, imprisoned in thought, hounded as if by locusts, a numbing din, a deep subterranean rumble, a lifetime of despicable secrets, murmuring forever just out of earshot, and I feel like I am that man, I'm that ruse, that ruin, I'm fucking ruptured. A magnificent wreck, mirage located far south of no north, and in this enticing envelope a devil wins. If I looked to you as I truly am, you would never be able to see me, for I would no longer exist. I would have been blown away, erased, evaporated, turned back into dust upon the desert shore, that battlefield where I am pitted against myself, against my memories and their recriminations, my brutality and its empty other. And from this siege, there is no fitful sleep. There's only unholy rest in which I tremble. Yeah. I feel sometimes like I'm just hostage by futility, treachery, aggression. I'm exhausted and I'm waiting again and again to be blistered by the sun, consumed in sand, and left alone to battle my shadow. I am that man. How long would it take to walk yourself to death? Would you shoot a hole in your own hand and drink your own blood? And the only sign of life left was remained of your own? I would. Don't interrupt. And you control yourself. And I say don't interrupt, I mean it. Jesus. Pavlovian response. Thank you very much. Wonderful, gracious, good God. Awesome. What I want is always more of everything. Always. What I want is a secret place, a sacred space, a magical, non-tragic existence where words and music flow like the blood of a matador guarded by the most beautiful bull that the world has never taken the opportunity to witness. What I want is pure, uninterrupted, hedonistic bliss before the final kiss. I can't even believe it's not come on. What I want is pure, uninterrupted, hedonistic bliss before the final kiss, which I cannot even believe has not already. What I want really is for you to be more like fucking me, free from all your agony and your obsessions, your anxiety, repressions, depression, the fear and self-loathing. What I want is for you to be like I am, laughing like a fucking lunatic, both middle fingers raised in the face of those who would deny your individuality. And freedom, what I want. Forget it, it'd take too long to explain it. I'm just saying. Whatever. Like you care like you could give it. Nothing. Welcome to my world. Oh, excuse me. Somebody said they wanted a poem? Yeah. All right, fine, I got you one. Yeah, because I'm a fucking poet, right? No. Whatever, I'll give you it. Poetry. Late night lost in that haunted no man's land, stream stranded on the corner of Sunset and accidental, the ghost of all those that could have been, should have been, leave a Vaseline smeared lipstick smudged on the rearview mirror's blood-stained crack. I'm lonely as one left shoe with a broken ankle strap pitched out the window of the Starlight Motel. There is no drug. Trust me, I've tried almost. There is no drug potent enough to kill off that vision of him, that soured, honeyed, shumble-weed hair which smells of dirty sex and cigarettes. His kiss is burned into my lips like a faded hologram, just slightly out of focus. I keep reaching for his mouth, forgetting about how the night bled out, turning a beautiful angel into a beautiful corpse. And now it's cursing it. He's just a mirage. It's just a mirage. He's crushing me. I'm lingering in and out of consciousness. The dream dogs must be working. He slowly rises like a desert rat, crawling on all fours. He's mustering the strength of dead man. He brushes up against me. He slinks into me, sinks into me. He's in my skin. I move my lips in protest, but my breath is turned to dust. My bones are hollow husks. I'm a soft spot for him. I'm a soft spot for him. Kiss down the razor's edge. Dry whispers, lips as thin as paper cuts, mouthing instructions which I will fight with all my will. Maybe I'll pick up the snub nose. Pick up the snub nose. Small caliber revolver. Cool evening breeze kisses dirty feet. My tongue swollen, preventing argument against his hypnotic poke. He pulls at me. This is his domain. This is his domain, caretaker to the endless obsidian night, that grave digger of crushed dreams, that mortician's reanimator of broken hearts. He's just a mirage. He's crushing me. Keep it to yourself. Don't interrupt me, thank you. Okay, thank you. How did it get so late? So soon. I mean, tomorrow's just a word for a place we're all looking for. In the present, this right here, right now, is the point which touches eternity. This is not an extension of time. Right now, we are in an absence of time, an abandonment of the calendar. This place right here, right now, embraces a strange mathematical point of endlessness. It's a point of no width, occupying no space-time. This longest distance between two places, between two people, between me and you. I'm just trying to divide an absence of the unnecessary. I'm attempting to unblock the limitations of the failure of resilience. I'm flailing to find new ways to overcome the tedium of the human form with all its multiple imperfections. I feel like a blind prophet. I'm just trying to read braille off your skin. I'm trying to decode your past and future tense. Because to exist both inside and outside of all time, yeah, that's where we are. Trying to circumvent a permanent midnight. But the moment right before and immediately after whatever it fucking is, the moment right before and immediately after whatever is that I can no longer fucking stand is where I will no longer live. Yeah. Ladies, pay attention to that one. Time folds you in its arms and gives you one last kiss and then folds you up and tucks you away into a flat circle until it's time for you to become someone else's past or present tense or a future recall or a fractal or a fantasy which becomes a flight into a dimension that lies beyond the reach of a calendar, a place where you can kill time without injuring eternity. Now, let me quote that great philosopher, Matthew McConaughey, from True Detective Season 1, the only good one. An eternity, which is everything outside our own dimension. There is no time. There is nothing can grow. Nothing can become. So death created eternity to grow the things in it it would kill. I call it, that's me, not Matthew, the killing zone of false memory. Now memory, when drained of the emotional charge, is simply wisdom, turned outward, and the clock is ticking. The hours drain away, years dissolve into decades stacked like shipping containers holding all the memories you cannot recall. The past, sorry, is everything you fucking failed to be. I'm gonna repeat that. The past is everything you failed to be. Yeah. The future is a vague possibility of what you could potentially make of it. I mean, can you take it? Can I fucking take it? Am I supposed to make it through another fucking one of these? I'm here, aren't I? Thank you very much. All there is really, all there ever is, the ever-present now. Tomorrow is just a word for a place we're all looking for. Time is one long second that goes on forever. Being with you and not being with you is the only way I have to measure time. So take it so late, so soon. Now, take a breath, because I'm going. Just take a breath. Hold on. Fuck not. What else you got to do? What are you saying? Take a fucking breath. If C-Car is here, I'd like to dedicate this to her. And if she isn't, I'm going to dedicate it to her anyway. Now, some of you who think you know me, you think you know that my mantra has always been, the war is never over. The war is never ending. Now, if any of you think that the war in Gaza is over, why don't you just ask the families of the 67,000 innocent murdered civilians? Why don't you just ask the 170,000 wounded non-combatants? Or maybe the 20,000 dead children? Or the 1.9 million people who have been displaced? Who I doubt are going to be dancing in the street over this false fucking victory. Now, the scale of destruction is amongst the most severe in all of human history. 90% of housing units have been bombed. 80% of schools and all 12 of Gaza's universities have been damaged. 84% of Gaza's health centers have been obliterated. 68% of the road network's gone. 70% of cropland's gone. Hundreds of cultural landmarks and museums. I've just seen the fucking pictures. I'm just asking. More than 70,000 tons of explosives were dropped on Gaza, supplied to that war criminal Netanyahu by that draft dodger Trump, who wasted $17.9 billion of American money blowing up the Gaza Strip. Well, Donnie Dickhead, that demented dolt, is crying about what? Not getting the Nobel Peace Prize for what? As he claims using MAGA math that he ended 8 wars. Crock of fucking shit. He's starting wars in this country against the poor, against the elderly, against hardworking immigrants, against women, children, education, science, literature, free speech, arts, veterans. And now wants to incite a civil war, oh, I'm all in, so that he can impose martial law? No biggie. After awarding the Pentagon, the Department of War, almost $1 trillion, so that the dumbest fuck to ever parade around in a uniform and prance around like a fucking G.I. joke. That's a good one, I know. Pumped up on steroids, making pretty full the most corrupt president in American fucking history. Yeah, I've been here before. I've been saying this shit since fucking Reagan. Love it or lose it, don't matter. I'm not stopping because you know what? The war's never over. Now, as Kushner, Trump's criminal billionaire son-in-law, who just like him was the slumlord and is presently under Senate investigation. Oh yeah, good look on that fucking front. Is building a so-called eco tourist resort in Albania, which is why fucking dump Trump Sr. keeps calling it Arbajani and Albania instead of Armenia. You can't even get that fucking. I'm just saying. Well, Kushner, whose father was also a criminal, he's in the right family, has pilfered $4.8 billion from the Middle East for his consulting firm. How about a consulting firm? All right, I'm just saying, so that they can game the system and rebuild Monaco or Mar-a-Lago on the Mediterranean now that the entire place has been fucking bombed to smithereens. Oh yeah, peace deal? Give me a fucking break. orchestrated by an egomaniac who sucks up to dictators and is in cahoots with the richest kingdoms in the world, run by madmen in robes who rule against human rights and the rights of women. Fuck off. Excuse me, I will continue. Now, if you don't think that the so-called peace deal was anything other than a land grab, think again. Come on. Come on. But once they rebuild Gaza, it will be just as glorious as what we did to fucking Vietnam. Now another tourist trap. Come on. And look, Ahmed, focusing on Gaza, atrocious. And Ukraine, atrocious. But it's just simple subterfuge. 92 countries are involved in armed conflicts. The highest number since World War II. If we knew the full extent of all the atrocities being perpetrated by the warmongers' evil orgy of death and negation, we'd all lose our fucking minds. If we haven't already, turn off the fucking TV, right? Or I'll be suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome. Isn't that my fucking war? Why the fuck am I suffering? I'm not. I'm a politician. Same as it ever was. I actually love the fucking war. I just wish the right people were. There are 123 million refugees across the planet. 80% are women and children. And if that's too much to wrap your head around, of course it fucking is. We can't even count to 1,000. Let me bring it back home. This government is waging an uncivil war against all of us. And we could be... And thanks for paying $20, $25 to get in. I don't know where you got that money, but all of us could be one fucking rent check away from a cardboard box and a porta potty in a tent city. Just saying. The homeless population in this country rose by 32% in the last 2 years. 1.5 million people, making the U.S. the worst affected and afflicted industrialized country with the largest number of unhoused people. We could be next. Can't come to my house, it ain't that big since the last depression. 160. I've been counted 160,000 in New York City. Oh, maybe we don't see more of them. I'm just saying. We are not living in a fucking democracy. We are living in a demonocracy. A dictatorship run by Republican kleptocrats. I don't give a shit about you or anyone else who was, excuse me, can I check if you were born with a silver spoon up your goddamn ass? I don't think you were. I'm just saying. Tax breaks for corporate crony billionaires and tough shit for the rest of us. I'm just saying. Bankrupt entire fucking families. Made sick by the amount of poison we eat, breathe, and drink. And it's all run by overgrown men with daddy issues. With such fragile egos that the slightest critique is now slandered as strays on us. And allow me to define, if you haven't looked up in the dictionary, exactly what treason means. According to the Constitution, Article 111, Section 3, quote, treason against the United States shall consist of only in levying war against them or in adhering to their enemies. Now, perhaps the pigs in politics who are now waging a war against their very own people, us, should be charged as such. Now, when people get hungry enough, and trust we might, crime will skyrocket, which is what they want, so they can send us all to rot in El Salvadorian prison, while the biggest cons and cunts of all dirty dances to Macho Man in the White House, which will be turned into the big fucking house, and just to quote that stable genius. We should just lock him up, build a wall around it, out of your ass feet, and then light the whole fucking thing on fire. Not just saying, okay? It is time to confront the catocracy. And allow me to quote George Orwell, who wrote 1984 between 1946 and 49. Quote, in times of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. My whole fucking life is a revolutionary act. Quote, the further a society drifts from the truth, the more it will hate those who speak it. Yeah. Republicans talking on both sides of their fucking asses as they just said they deride Europe as claiming censorship while attempting to shut down public broadcast university anyone who disagrees with their pathetic fucking rhetoric. Now, quote, excuse me, No one who ever seizes power with the intention of no one ever will relinquish fucking power. All tyrannies rule through fraud and force. But once the fraud is exposed, hello, they must rely exclusively on force. Release the fucking Epstein files, you fucking cunts. Hello. Alright, quote. Excuse me, this is my quote. The arrogance of a demented ass clown claiming he deserves a third term in office, threatening martial law to get it, boasting about overtaking Greenland, turning the Gaza Strip into the next Mar-a-Lago, reclaiming the Panama Canal, annexing Canada, bragging about blowing up Venezuelan fishing boats. Oh, I bet he pissed about that fucking Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah. Renaming the Gulf of Mexico. Fucking idiot. More like creating a gulf between the billionaire boys club and the rest of the world, like a festering wound where a viral ignorance might wipe us all out. This is not a joke when I say, but I take it with some sarcasm. When it is time to kill or be killed, I know what happened to the fucking barrel. As someone who is gun-trained is going to be looking down. Now, I would like to say, and again, this is comedy, right? Andy, get your fucking gun. If only. The only problem is, really, we're already fucking outgunned. Now, and even though a woman has never started a world war, she never ended one either. And that does depress me to know from one small woman with a big mouth, an exaggerating, misanthropic, a killer who a killer will never kill. Just saying. Quote, or well again, it's frightful that people who are so ignorant have so much influence. The tide must fucking turn. Quote, if you want a vision of the future, it's already here. Imagine a boat stamping on the human face forever. Quote, all the war propaganda, all the screaming and lies and hatred comes invariably from people who have never fought in fucking war. The war's not meant to be won. It's meant to be continuous. Because if you know me, you'll know I've been saying forever that the war's never fucking over. The war is never ending. Oh, by the way, no kings! Protest! Saturday, think about it.